This show is sponsored by PSE Archery, X Broadheads, Millennium Tree Stands, The Chase Deer Scent, Extreme Archery Products, Antler Insanity.
Welcome to Hunting This Week. This is the second webisode. I hope you guys enjoyed the last one. It was a little trial and error. We've had some few feedback and comments, so we're going to try to do better on this one. This week is 4th of July week, so we're in Mississippi with our family. This is my dad, Toxic Givens Jr. And so let's get started. Now the first webisode, the first article we have was pretty interesting. I'm showing it on your screen right now. It's basically how two Supreme Court justices become hunting buddies. Now, this is on outdoorhub.com, and I found this interesting. Basically, Kagan, which is the new Obama appointee, which is very liberal, and Anton Scalia, which is the conservative, which Ronald Reagan actually put on the Supreme Court. Apparently, when Kagan was going through the process, she said to Scalia if she got put on the bench that she'd take him hunting. And sure enough, they did go hunting in Wyoming. And I found this, pretty interesting because you never hear public figures admitting they hunt. And here they are. They talking in this article about how they disagree a lot of stuff, but they enjoy hunting together. And especially a man and a woman being friends in hunting, I find that kind of interesting too. They actually went to Wyoming and they were hunting antelope and deer. And they said that I assume whitetail deer. I mean not whitetail, but probably most likely mule deer.
Could be.
Most likely. And that she actually bagged her first deer, which we assume mule deer, in there. So that's kind of interesting, thinking of her shooting an animal with a gun, being a liberal, and hunting with the most conservative Supreme Court justice out there. So did that kind of blow you away when you saw that article?
Yeah, it did. She grew up on the upper side of Manhattan, and she had not been exposed to the hunting sports or the shooting sports, and for her to make this interesting commit to go and hunt, then she had to get involved in the shooting sports, and I kind of admire her for that. She took courage. She didn't back up from it. Didn't say, "Well, I'm a liberal. I'm not going to go." She did go and participated, and evidently really enjoyed it. So
yeah, they're planning another trip. They're talking about going and shooting
ducks, I believe.
Not pheasants. They're talking about going to shoot pheasants with shotgun, which just actually makes me think of hopeful, because here she is. Obama put her on the bench. She's very liberal, obviously. Obama puts her on the bench, and she likes shooting animals, hunting, Second Amendment type stuff. So that makes me feel that we've actually got a liberal who believes in the Second Amendment right. You see what I'm saying? Because if you pass laws against that, it actually would affect her new hobby that she likes so much. So I thought that was a cool article.
There's one thing here that I liked. There's about 80 senators, individually asked her about her views on the Second Amendment. And in here she said something about, well, have you ever held a gun? They were asking her, have you ever gone hunting? Do you know anybody who went hunting? And you know me, she said she grew up on that Upper West Side, and that was something she didn't know any knowledge about. But even so, in this article, she doesn't say anything about the firearms or the shooting sports other than she enjoyed it. But that's a start. That's a start to convincing some folks. Yeah, so basically Scalia says, if you get appointed, I'll take you hunting. I had it the other way around at the beginning. Yeah. And Scalia took her hunting and she killed a deer. She said she wanted to experience it. And now they're going pheasant hunting. So that just blows my mind. It's kind of like what I tell you, when you take your children hunting, you get them hooked on hunting. Well, she may be hooked on the shooting sports and hunting here. So that would be great.
All right, next article, we're only going to do 2 articles. Mossberg teams up with the Duck Commanders for new shotgun and rifle line. Now, the Duck Commanders have shot Brownings for a few years when they just started getting popular in their DVDs. And then Brunelli came in and swept them away. And they shot Brunelli's probably for the last 3 or 4 years in their DVDs and on their TV show. So now I was reading, this is another outdoor hub. I saw the article pop up and it said Mossberg teams up with them. And I was happy because Mossberg are guns that are made in the United States. Bernelli is obviously an Italian gun, right? And of course, as sponsors, you're gonna go with the best one. Who pays you the most or what's the best deal. But anyway, Mossberg, I don't know how much they pay, but they're gonna manufacture a specialized duck gun that the Duck Dynasty crew is gonna use. Plus, they also gonna make a rifle that's gonna be endorsed by the Duck Dynasty guys, I guess, for the buck commanders and the deer hunting and stuff like that. Yeah. So they were excited. Old man Phil said he was excited about it because they're American made, and it's gonna be interesting to see them shooting those Mossbergs. It's gonna be interesting to see Mossberg tapping in that Duck Dynasty personality. That's what they're paying for. I mean, these guys are getting $20,000 to $25,000 to show up for 3 or 4 hours at these expos. So I don't know. I would love to know how much Mossberg paid for that affiliation with them.
I'm sure they paid for it, but it's good because look, these are guys that was criticized about family values, Bible, God, church, and Mossberg stepped up to the plate and said, "Hey, we're with you." Mossberg's always had a good product. Yeah. But you can tell the administration, our CEOs have changed, and this CEO is upgrading the Mossbergs to I reckon you'd call it a better product. And I have no trouble with Mossberg. They're a good weapon. They've been very steady in their production and what they did. I was retired from law enforcement, and Mossberg shotguns was in every police car in the country, in Remington, so I don't have no problem. Mossberg is good. I'm glad to see them support Phil Robertson for one thing, for that basic family values of the God, the Bible, and the guns. That sums it up pretty good right there. Yeah,
Mossberg's always been good shotguns. Always been a good valued shotgun for hunters that want to get into the industry. So it's going to be awesome to see them support in American country, and I'm sure Phil's will get behind them. Yeah. We'll have to quit seeing those stupid Bernelli drive-through commercials they run on the Outdoor Channel. I want to supersize that. Which the Phil, I don't know if you know the story behind that commercial, because when they say supersize and they blow all that back and it's got the girl in the tight, all that, well, they never told them that it was going to be what they were going to be looking at. Never told them it was going to be a good-looking girl in a tight spandex holding a shotgun. And Phil wasn't real happy about it, and they actually complained about it. But the way the contract was wrote, they had to have that commercial. And I know that's always been something that he's sticking his craw. Yeah, that's been like that. So anyway, those are 2 articles we found interesting. Let's move on to the videos. All right, the first video, I told this Outdoor Hub. I love OutdoorHub.com. They don't sponsor us or nothing like that, but I really love their site. The first video, if it'll pull up, is a deer herd gets spooked by a forest. Now, I don't know about forests. But anyway, I sent this to Dad and told him that I'd videoed it on our hunting club in Georgia, and he's like, "Oh no, you didn't." But first he was like, "Holy cow!" But the first thing you notice is there's a bunch of deer there. I mean, a bunch of deer there, and I don't know. I figured this is somewhere upstate New York or somewhere like that, what it looks like to me. But first thing I thought was it was a deer farm or something. Yeah. But apparently it's not a deer farm. And when you're watching all these deer, it's just, I mean, I don't know. How many do you think? 100, 125?
At least.
Right there in front of this person's house, or I guess that's a barn or something. But anyway, you don't see any antlers on them, so you see a lot of does. But apparently, I don't think this place has a 1-to-1 duck to doe ratio, because that'd be a lot of deer. But anyway, in the video, you can see them. They're starting to go to the. They're starting to jump over the fence. And what's amazing about this is, let me speed it up a little bit. You see them starting to jump over the fence. Okay, I'll speed it up.
They do that so easy, just jumping the fence.
Effortlessly.
I mean, it's pretty to see them jump that fence.
Alright, so you see them going over there. Apparently there was something in the forest that spooked them. The video's cool enough, but when they start running back across in just a minute, it just seems like they run and they run and they run.
Like a covey of birds getting
up.
scattered.
I don't know, the guy's got the camera on a tripod or something. Needs to be up a little bit more. And this is going to be fun to show you guys. Have to edit this where it syncs up.
This would be a good case of shooting up amongst them. I don't know how you pick one out.
Alright, here they come. Here they come. Man, oh man. We used to dog hunt, and if the dogs got close and the deer would almost run over you, but imagine all those herd of deer just coming at you and all that. And then they go out there and they stop. I mean, that just looks like cows. I mean, that's just amazing to me. Anyway, I thought that was a cool video to show you guys. Alright, I got another one. Oh yeah, I know, remember the other one I showed you? Now this one is a squirrel picking on a snake. Squirrel fights snakes over patio chair. Now I don't know what the deal is, but this snake's wrapped around. Here it comes.
See,
Let me turn the volume down a little bit. This snake's wrapped around this patio chair, and this guy walks up to the snake with the camera. Now, the squirrel, to me, he looks like he's kind of, I don't know if he's been bit, but he looks like he's on his stomach. See him on his stomach?
he's laying on that cool concrete, is what he's doing.
I don't know. That or he's been bit, a little paralyzed or something. I don't know.
He just stretched out there laying being cool.
But anyway, if my internet connection will go, come on, play.
I haven't ever seen a squirrel whoop a snake, but he was ticked off at that snake. He wanted to bite him, and he did. Here in the South, it's always been the rattlesnake would hunt the squirrel, and, you know, kill him and everything. Here, the squirrel hunting the snake and getting after him.
Yeah, let me fast forward this to where the snake is. Here we go.
And watch how quick that squirrel is.
That squirrel is relentless. I mean, he takes, I don't know what kind of snake it is. It's not
They say it was a gopher snake.
a gopher. But that squirrel is just vicious on that snake with those teeth. And you know those squirrels, pop those acorns and hickory nuts, and
Oh yeah.
you know that's going into that snake.
He's biting the far out of it.
And that snake's just looking at him like,
Did
what in the world?
you see how fast that squirrel jumped? That's fast.
And he comes back for more. I mean, I don't know if this squirrel was a mother and the instincts popped in to protect her young, or these guys were saying they didn't want that snake in his patio chair, which I don't know if the squirrel really cares about his patio chair.
Maybe he just don't like snakes.
Right here is what I guess means when he just starts gnawing into the side of that snake. And the snake's just sitting there looking at him.
We need more squirrels like that so they can whoop up on these snakes in the South.
Hey, if the squirrels are vicious on the snakes like that, they might start attacking humans. What happens when squirrels attack? Look at him, he's just gnawing in there. I mean, he's got those front teeth. Man. Then he runs up there. Bothers him in the head.
But I don't think he touched him.
No.
That squirrel is so fast, he didn't touch him, and that's unusual.
I wonder if a poisonous snake would have put up with that.
Oh, been a rattlesnake, he'd have got it.
But anyway, that's the end there. Alright, what else we got? We're trying to always bring you guys interesting articles. We went over a couple, showed you a couple interesting videos that you can see. We'll have links on them. We had a couple of videos come out last week. One was a Reality Hunt Club Webisode 10 where we talked about supplement feed. You were up there with us on the camera when we put the supplement feed out.
That was Mike's supplement. And
No, not the supplement feed, the minerals.
Minerals. Okay.
We put the supplement feed in the feeders.
Okay,
We're already starting to get some pictures of the deer eating that. I'm showing you a little video of that right now. We also had a webisode of Reality Hunt Club number 11 where we put out Mike's secret sauce, which is the minerals, next to the supplement feeders. So in the pictures you can see them eating the supplement feed, and you also see them going over there and getting in the minerals. And I'll show you some videos of that. All right, as you can see, we've been barbecuing it up for the family today, celebrating the 4th of July. So anyway, as a note, I want to thank Dad for helping me co-host. He's got a show coming out 1st of August on the Hunt365.tv network. What's it going to be called?
Season Hunter.
The Season Hunter.
The Season Hunter.
Okay, it's going to be coming out August 1st. What's that going to be relative about?
Well, it's going to be looking at it from an older hunter's perspective, the way I was brought up to hunt and the way things have changed today, and now we're adding video to the hunts, and it's adding a new dimension to the way I look at things, so maybe I can share some of the things that I participated in when I was a child on up to adulthood.
Yep, he's killed some animals with us before on video, but as he said, he's going to be taking the video camera. I give him a camera, he's going to be on his own. Still going to be helping him, obviously, but to try to get us more video and try to do his own seasons. We're going to be featured in some of his turkey hunts that he's got in the past, some of his close deer hunts we've gotten in the past also. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this show. It's the second webisode we did of this. I'm trying to make it shorter or sweeter. Also, if you got any feedback or comments, leave them. We found those articles interesting. I know those videos were cool. So anyway, we'll be bringing another webisode of this in the future. So thanks for watching Hunting This Week.
If you like this show, watch our other shows at hunt365.tv. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button on the screen, or connect with us and receive notices of all our new episodes by liking our Facebook page.